Oh, Christopher, why didn't we listen to you?
Go! 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 Go for the tosses at wolf! Go! 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 Go for the tosses at wolf! Yeah!
Alright, hello, Orbits. Welcome to another video. It's been a while since my last one. Not much has been going on. I mean, a lot's been going on, but, you know, I just didn't really, I felt like waiting until something big happened, and I feel like we had a big story today. So, folks, I don't know about you, but I'm upping the panic level to a code yellow. I think we're almost reaching time to be start getting worried. I'm already worried here just from the old stuff that we found out about regarding the new executive of Amazon Prime wanting to fix culture and empower women. Also, we have the two knuckleheads here, J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay, who are spawned from J.J. Abrams himself, have been given the helm of the show, even though having no writing credits, no real experience that we know of anyways. I mean, they've worked on a few projects in some manner, and JJ just gave them the star of approval, and that's who we're letting be in charge. And we don't know if they're orcs yet. I think they're orcs. I'm personally gonna say they're orcs. But here is a new orc has been added to the cast. Okay, none other than Game of Thrones writer Bryan Cogman. Yes, that's right. Remember, folks, when I was saying that, you know, it might be a bad thing to have Lord of the Rings be competing with a show like Game of Thrones. Well, it's not really competing anymore because the show's over, but I believe there's spin-offs. Well, I guess it's worse. It's not just going to compete with Game of Thrones. It's going to be Game of Thrones. They're hiring the people over there. They're bringing them on board. So all that stuff, worrying about sexual elements being added to Lord of the Rings, probably will happen. Full frontal dwarf nudity probably will happen. Elven brothels, all that stuff. Get ready to see that. So people were at first worried, obviously, for good reason. I don't know if you guys know recently, but Game of Thrones has been quite a trash fire, especially in its last season. Pretty much everybody hates it, even the biggest fans. I didn't really like the show from the beginning that much, especially after the fourth season. I was like, this show sucks. But here we got Bryan Cogman, and a lot of people are going, well, that's not the head writers. We would be worried if it was the head writers, but it's this other guy, Bryan Cogman, and he's probably not bad, right? Well, let's look at his writing credits. He has worked on season 8. He did the second episode, which is a real snooze fest and it's kind of dumb. And he also worked on season 7, which is another, you know, not as bad as 8, but also bad. So he was in the room while they're making the decisions. You can guarantee that this guy, maybe he's a Jon Snow type. Maybe he just let everything happen. Maybe he's like, oh, I'm just trying to do what's right, but I'm a queen and I don't want to. Maybe it's just like that. But honestly, yeah, I think this is worrying news. I think this is the reason we're upping it to a code yellow. We're almost at the point where we should set our hair on fire and totally boycott this thing. Filming starts this summer. It's going to revolve around the Second Age. Now, before I had made a video about baby Aragorn, that's what it was suspected to be about at first. Luckily, they're not doing that, but they're not doing much better because, I don't know, the Second Age. We'll get into the Second Age with a different video because it's just not my favorite time period in Middle Earth, I guess you should say. And also, we're gonna be dealing with, they're going to have to, who's going to be cast as Sauron, you know? That's a big point of contention there. For reals. So, anyways, I'm starting a new thing. It's called hashtag Team Christopher Tolkien. Let's see what he has to say about Lord of the Rings adaptations on a whole. I believe he was talking about the first trilogy. You know, the good trilogy? Yeah, those ones. So, Tolkien has become a this is Christopher Tolkien talking. Tolkien has become a monster, devoured by his own popularity and absorbed into the absurdity of our time. The chasm between beauty and the seriousness of his work and what has become has overwhelmed me. The commercialization has reduced the aesthetics and philosophical impact of the creation to nothing. There's only one solution for me: turn my head away. And I couldn't agree with you more, Chris. Here's the thing, folks. I don't think there could be a very good film adaptation. I think my dream film adaptation TV series would be the one that would make the most sense. You would do Lord of the Rings again. You'd remake Lord of the Rings, and you'd just go farther in depth. You'd bring in Tom Bombadil, all the stuff they cut out. You try to be super true to the text, and yeah. You can't really make anything from the first age, second age. I mean, you're dealing with big bad guys. It's gonna be really hard to pull off. At least Lord of the Rings, you could kind of there's enough there to make a film adaptation. But that can't even happen right now. Right now, politically, it would be a terrible idea. The incestuous relationship of everybody in Hollywood right now is bad. I mean, we have J.J. Abrams has been linked to the project. That should be a big red flag. Now we have Game of Thrones people coming on board. I mean, it's terrible. That's terrible. I would rather... I don't know who I'd rather have, but just not those pools of people. So anyways, that's it for today. And next video, I guess we'll spoil the second age. We'll see what the first season's going to be about. Anyways, thanks, Hobbits.